Hello, good morning. So, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Bianco and Grace. Basically, it's going to be a relationship vlog. I'll be trying to let everyone know about relationship, the don'ts in relationships, what you should do, what you should look out for, the danger signs. Um, I mean, basically just relationship. I hope that this vlog will help a lot of people to be able to know what it is, what relationship they should go into, or what relationship they should know. It's time to pack up and leave. So basically, today we're going to be talking about danger signs to look out for in a partner. First of all, I'll start by communication. So communication is very basic when it comes to relationship. You have to have a good communication skill. Yourself and your spouse basically need to be able to communicate with yourselves. For instance, where there's an issue between you and your spouse, and your spouse and yourself are not agreeing on a certain matter. It shouldn't escalate to a point where there has to be argument, and then at the end of the day, no one is able to air their mind or explain what it is they really feel about a situation. So in most cases, books will tell you, people will tell you, and from experience, questioning, asking people, you know, talking with friends, relatives, it's always good that the two people in question should be able to have a good communication skill. If you can't communicate, please just pack up and leave, because I bet you, if you go ahead to marry such a person, it will be chaotic. Then secondly, we'll be talking about verbally and physically abusive people. This is one of the signs you should look out for in a relationship. When someone is verbally or physically abusive, please run away. Verbally abusive, the person is always raining insults on you. You can say much in a day without the person having to pour out abusive languages. Once you see a partner like that, or you see you're in such a relationship, I'd always advise that you quit. More so, from verbally abusive partners, it could lead to being physically abusive as well. And I always tell people, like, once someone is talking to you and they show any sign at all of being physically abusive, say they slap you, whether playfully, please note there's nothing like playfully when it comes to abuse. It always starts off like play sometimes. The person slaps you, you hit each other. Run away, stop that. It's not worth it, because when you start, it will continue, and then it'll get to a level where it'll become really serious, and probably at this time you can't stop anymore. And more so, once you go into a relationship like this, the result is always very, very bad. It could even lead to people um, attacking their partners, and then sometimes we hear of deaths and all that. These signs always come up before it escalates, or before it gets to the point where it has actually gotten to, maybe leading to death. um, in a relationship, once you're in a relationship, you take note of your partner, the way he talks, the way he talks to you, the way he talks to people, um, even body language. Yes, by body language I mean, once someone is talking, is the person trying to use their physical, what do you call it, to argue. There are a lot of people that or some people, let me not say a lot, there are some people who when they are talking, you find that they hit the table. They there's a way they talk that you will just know that this kind of person is violent. My dear, if you are in such relationships, run, because this one has to be, it has to do with life. It's life threatening. You should run. Another one I'll be talking about is you always pay the bills. So it's both ways. It's not like just the woman, but it's in the African setting. It's always more like the woman, because a man takes up the bill for a woman in the African setting, and also in the Western world. I mean, men are supposed to actually take up more of the responsibility. So, if you're a lady and you find yourself in a situation where the boy just maybe calls you, I'm not feeling fine. Please, can you help me with money for drugs? Can you help me with can you loan me money for food? They always start off like loan. I mean, run away. That's a dangerous sign. You don't want to be in a relationship where, as a woman, you're footing the bill. I always tell people, I'm like, if someone really loves you, if he has, I bet you if he has 1,000 naira, he would split the one. He would always think of splitting the 1,000 into 500 naira for someone whom he loves. So as a woman, if you're taking up the bill, guess what? The man is going to be taking up another lady's bill. I don't think you want to find yourself in that situation. If you're in such relationships, my dear, I would advise you quit. Just run, because you will take up the bill. You'll make the man feel less of himself, and at the end of the day, you can't stay in that relationship, because once a man starts to feel less of himself, insecurity, he feels insecure. I mean, at some point he would feel like he's not the man he ought to be. You will now take the place of the boss, like the man, you the woman now taking the man's place. Also, I want to talk in the light of a man also always taking the bills. I mean, this one has to do with marriage. Once you're married as a couple, you should be able to assist your partner. I'm not saying take 50-50 bills. No, I'm not saying take 60 or 80. No, I'm saying just assist. Because there are certain times that, I mean, what's a relationship for? You're supposed to be the helpmate in the relationship. So, in times like this, I mean, if you're a working class person, I mean, it doesn't cost you anything to say, okay, I'll just take so bill. We could talk about it. You could talk about it with your partner. Honey, I will be responsible for this. I know you're doing a lot, but I'll just take up this little part. Maybe you could say the light bill. You could say just anything at all, but assisting would always help, because the man will not feel like he's doing everything by himself. He will be happier if you actually assist, no matter how little it is. It goes a long way. But however, don't on no circumstances as a woman should you take up the bill for a man once you're not married. And aside that, on no circumstances should you be the one regularly taking up the bill in a relationship. It's a danger sign. If you do that, guess what? There's a mistress out there, or there's a little girl out there. He's probably going to shower that money, or no matter how little it is he gets. Worst of all, he takes your money and even spend it on the other lady. Another thing I'll ask you to look out for, danger sign in relationship, that indicates you quit or you run, is he or she doesn't respect you. This one, especially for men, there's one thing men want, it's respect. I think this has been preached by so many people. I mean, a lot of people will tell you, look, a man, don't go where his ego is. Don't do that. Respect him. You need to respect a man. For the woman, I know she wants you to shower her love, but for the man, it's more like respect. Respect for them is more like love. because a man believes that you love him as a woman once you respect him in the presence of his friends, when you're even all by yourself or in an occasion with relatives. When you respect him, I mean, it's very simple. My mom was telling me one time. She said, um, there was this couple she met, and when she went to their house, the man, whom we as a family really respect, there was a way he treated his wife that wasn't nice, and he was like, don't drive the car, blah blah blah, don't do that, in the presence of my mom. And then guess what? You're not respecting your wife, but at the end of the day, my mom felt like, the person whom she would disrespect. In fact, she didn't have much respect, or the kind of the way we actually, or she carried the man with high esteem. That esteem dropped automatically, because she just felt like, ah, no, I can't believe this is coming from you. I mean, you shouldn't do that to your wife. So most times the other party thinks that they are trying to put the other one down, but they end up being the ones that are actually put down, because when people sense, people know. I mean, it's not hidden, so they just know that you're trying to play down the other person, but at the end of the day, you're the one whom is looked down upon by people. So respect is very very crucial in a relationship. Respect the man, man respect the woman, love her. I mean, once this happens in the relationship, it's going to be heaven on earth relationship. More so, another topic, another one I would want to talk about is, he or she is not proud to show you off to their friends or relatives. My dear, run, because if you're in a relationship and your girlfriend, your boyfriend isn't able to show you off to their friends or relatives, it simply means that they do not love you. They're not proud of you. They're not proud of whom you are, or they're not proud of what you look like. So it's very sensitive. You don't like me, you're not proud of me. I mean, there's no reason you should be in such relationship, because at the end of the day, if you end up together, you'll be going for occasion, you'll be seen together you're supposed to be seen in most occasions together. You're supposed to be in school together, maybe school for the children and all that. But imagine going for occasion and you're going, the other spouse, because he's not proud of you, is going by he or herself. It doesn't make sense. It just shows that there's no love. That if you are in such a relationship, don't even bother. Just put a stop to it. He doesn't respect you. Put a stop to it and walk away. And then sometimes, when it comes to respect, um, still a man, sorry, he's not proud to show you off. When it comes to him not proud of showing you off, I mean, it just tells that you can do fun things together, say. And normally you guys are supposed to be hanging out a lot more in a relationship. um I mean, you can't do most of this together because that person is not proud of you. The next one I would want us to talk about is, he or she makes you keep distance from family and friends. That's a very serious danger zone. Run. I say run because this kind of people are, they're trying to put the other partner or the other person in a kind of, a psychological, they're trying to deal with your psychology. So at this point, they don't want you relating with your friends, your relatives. They want you to be segregated. They want the other person to be segregated. And once you're in such relationships, I mean, once you're even abused, your relatives might not know anything about it. Friends might not know anything about it. This thing always starts off very mild. They always start off really really mild, like they say, I don't like this person, I don't think you should be keeping this person as a friend. um, um, Do you really need to talk to this person? Do you need to call this person? And then the other partner that is not aware. So what happens is you start not to relate with people, with friends whom normally you would relate to, and then gradually you begin to stay away from them, and eventually you're all by yourself. You just find out that you're all by yourself. This can also make people result into mental breakdown, because one, you could feel depressed in such circumstances, you being all by yourself. And most times partners like this make you stay in apartments where, I mean, I'm not saying but I think you understand what I'm trying to say. They make you stay in apartments that make you just by yourself, secluded, like you're all by yourself in that place. So people, neighbors don't even know what's happening with you. At the end of the day, anything could happen, and my dear, it's a danger zone. Anyone who is not willing or doesn't want you to associate with friends and family, please run. It's serious danger zone. And then another one is he or she prefers to hang out with other people than yourself. I mean, we all know that in a relationship, there's nothing like the fun part. Yes, being intimate is no doubt, but there's also a part where you just need to hang out. You need to. I mean, a relationship should be fun. There should be times for holidays. There should be times for vacations. There should be times for just meeting with people generally. And so, if the other partner prefers to hang out with other people than yourself, you find out that the one whom is being left alone begins to feel all by themselves, and then the relationship becomes a mess, because the times when your partner wants you to be at home or wants you to be around them, you're probably hanging out with the guys or hanging out with the girls, and it's not a good sign at all. It always brings fracas, because if it leads to marriage eventually, the woman might start fighting in the marriage. I mean, no, you can't go out by this time, you can't go see this friend. And obviously you know what such what such results, it also always results to violence. Stay off. He doesn't want to hang out with you. You should be his friend. He's not ready to hang out with you. You just stay off. Another one is this one is actually not really well spoken about. Is emotional abuse. A lot of people go through emotional abuse, but they don't know they are being abused. And usually it always happens to, in cases of people who are usually very quiet, the other partner is the one who probably is always the noisemaker. So people see you as the bad one, but they don't know that the other person is abusing you emotionally by not even saying anything. Probably, let's say, in an instance where you're actually married as a couple, and the other person is not, or your husband, let's put it, is not providing. He's probably spending his money on clothes, on other things, but not providing food for the house, and maybe the woman doesn't have any means. At that point, he's not the type that talks, so the woman is the one always yelling, you're not doing this, you're not doing that. But the man is not saying anything. He goes ahead to do all what he does without even saying anything. He doesn't even beat her. He doesn't verbally abuse her, but he's actually torturing her because he's not making provision. Yet people outside would not know or recognize this. So the partner who seems to voice out more is seen as the one who is the bad one, but you never know that the other partner, the silent one, is actually being very emotionally abusive to them. And maybe sometimes they don't just want to talk. There's an issue, there's something they need to talk about, but they are just quiet. Oftentimes you just wonder, what kind of people are these? They never tell you anything. but you're just in very serious emotional abuse, my dear, run away. That's a danger zone. You don't want to be there. And then another topic is your instincts never lie. Uh, Basically, I always tell people, follow your gut, follow your instincts, because your instincts will never lie to you. Sometimes you're in a relationship and you just feel like, oh, this person, you feel like he's cheating on you, you feel like he's seeing another woman. My dear, in a majority of in a lot of circumstances, or in majority of cases, yes, he's actually saying someone. Your instinct is just like a protective, it's kind of protecting, kind of trying to let you know what's happening. You can't, no, nobody is telling you anything, you're not hearing any rumor, but your instinct just tells you this man is with someone, this man is cheating, this man doesn't love me enough, this man is doing that. My dear, in a lot of times, not all times though, your instincts will not lie to you. So whatever your instinct is telling you, I think you should look into it. And if it's time to quit, you quit. Then another one is he's not supportive. um, when you don't have a supportive partner, that's also a danger zone, because let's assume that you're the movie star, you're in the movies and blah blah blah, and the man is the one, is the type that is a reserved type, and he's not supportive of your career as an actress. At the end of the day, you find out that you probably have to back out from your career. And I'm using career as a point, but there are several other instances. Just trying to use this as an instance. You back out, and then at the end of the day, your career is gone. But does he provide? He probably won't provide. Does he do the things that are necessary to say, okay, she's no longer working, I'll take care of all of her responsibility? Does he do that? No. The another instance is probably you want to get a master's degree. There's something you want to do with your life as a man or a woman, but the other spouse is not supportive. It's a very serious danger zone, because most times it never makes you reach limelight. It never brings out the best in you. It never brings out whom your true potentials and whom you really ought to be. Um, your friends and family. Yes, this is another topic. This is another when your friends and family don't support the relationship, my dear. I think that sometimes we do not look, we don't look critically into this, but it's something you should look out for, because um, a majority of times what people see, I mean, this the couples might not see it, or the people in the relationship might not see it. I could be seeing from afar that these people are not, they're not good together. They won't make a perfect relationship, they're not compatible, but they are not saying it because probably at that point they are, in their belief, they are madly in love, so they are not saying it. But your relatives most times are saying, your friends are saying, this person is not good for you. Maybe this person is, they've noticed he's a violent type, he's this kind of person. You are not saying it, you're blind, you're too blind to see, because you're too in love to see. But my dear, most times when people are saying this, I think it's a danger zone as well. I think it's something you should look out for. And also